Due to mature subject matter, viewer discretion is advised.
I'm not gonna lie, I still think about getting high. And it's always in the back of my head. Like, is this it? I can't get high ever again.
A dangerous drug makes a comeback in the city of Hackensack, but this time with a twist.
You'll see that most heroin users are really close to their moms, so that's why I call a mama's boy drug.
My mother's afraid she's gonna bury me.
I feel weak without him. And it's not because lack of nutrition, it's not because lack of sleep, it's because I have lack of Thomas.
A young couple finds they're addicted to more than just drugs.
Yeah, I'm addicted to her more than any drug I've ever put in my body.
And they develop a method of communicating unlike any we've ever seen before.
ASAP, ASAP. Please get me money ASAP. It's like we were on the same wavelength, you know, somehow. Like, I don't know who would have picked up on that kind of thing, but we did.
And once again, we provide inmates with their own cameras to record intimate thoughts about their lives.
If Thomas were to kill someone, I would be right next to him, hiding the body.
The 40,000 or so residents of quiet Hackensack, New Jersey, can visit the glitz and glamour of New York City in less than an hour. But on the outskirts of downtown Hackensack is a place where compelling drama plays out every day. There are about 900 men and women incarcerated inside the Bergen County Jail. Most are only accused of crimes and are awaiting trial or the resolution of their cases. Many of them also share something else in common.
We're seeing a large influx of inmates that come into our facility for heroin, also prescription drugs, oxycodone and things of that nature. But, you know, heroin's making a huge comeback, and not only just in suburbs or the urban, you know, it's going through all different areas.
Alyssa Schlossberg need look no further than her own skin for evidence of her role in heroin's big comeback.
I shot at my feet too, like in here, and you know, little spots here. My family, being around them, they know what these are. You know, people that don't know that I do drugs now can tell. So it's embarrassing, but nothing a little foundation can't fix. I have so many moments where I don't remember. I hear what happened. You know, when I was at the hospital, the nurse had told me that they found me naked on Route 46, and I had no recollection. Before coming here, I passed out in front of a judge and didn't remember anything at court and woke up in handcuffs with 3 COs around me and a sergeant.
This is Schlossberg's first time in jail. She's charged with distribution of cocaine and has pled not guilty. But she does admit to leading a drug-filled lifestyle with her boyfriend.
He always had drugs. People were always calling him. We got caught up in that lifestyle. It wasn't because of drugs, it was because of money. We were eating like his word would be like a boss. We had money to do whatever we wanted. I love him. He's my everything, my baby, my father in some way, my best friend, my boyfriend, my soulmate. He's my other.
And now Schlossberg's other is also an inmate at the Bergen County Jail. Thomas Costa, who has prior convictions for drug manufacturing, distribution, and aggravated assault, was recently on probation when he came to visit Schlossberg and got arrested again.
I was using heroin pills. On my way in, I actually had drugs on me. I wasn't really thinking, you know, leave him at home, leave him somewhere, because, you know, what's going to happen? I'm going to walk in, I'm going to walk out just like I do every week.
While visitors must pass through a metal detector to assure they are not carrying weapons into the building. They never have direct contact with inmates, so they're not frisked for drugs or other contraband. When Thomas signed in, however, an arrest warrant popped up for a probation violation. And when it did, officers went to arrest him.
I was actually in the bathroom getting high at the time. And when I heard the door open, I heard the keys jingling, then I heard 2 or 3 pairs, so I knew it was cops coming in.
most part, it's not very usual to find someone taking drugs in a jail bathroom. It's not normally the place you would go to do it, and we were kind of shocked that he was doing it while we were there.
I had to plan on doing it the whole time I walked in there. I mean, obviously, I didn't plan on getting arrested, but,
I asked him to step out and put his hands behind his back, and he did. Yeah. And then I asked him if he had any more on him, and he said no. And then I found the 13 decks, and I said, I thought you didn't have any on you. He goes, that's not on me, that's in my wallet.
Now I'm in here with her, unfortunately. So it's funny how things work out.
Costa was charged with possession of a controlled dangerous substance. He pled not guilty in hopes of making a deal for a lighter sentence. In the meantime, even though he and his girlfriend are housed in separate wings and can't see each other, Costa says it's good to be under the same roof with her.
You know, I missed the out of her, and honestly, I feel close to her now, being in here. I mean, I feel like now we're both going through it together, you know?
I feel weak without him. I don't feel dead, I feel weak right now. And it's not because lack of nutrition, it's not because lack of sleep, it's because I have lack of Thomas.
Costa and Schlossberg hope to qualify for the New Jersey Drug Court program. It was set up to help offenders with drug charges avoid jail or prison time. But the program is rigorous and requires a commitment to drug rehabilitation and frequent testing.
Got the first step, the anger issues.
The jail also offers its own road to sobriety for inmates who volunteer to abide by a strict set of rules.
This is our DRC program. It's our Drug Rehabilitation Center. It's an in-house drug treatment center, a 90-day program for people in the Bergen County Jail.
Officer Lopez is one of the supervisors of the DRC.
Group up, make sure your chairs are up. Let's not get lax. They have to make their bunks. The gentlemen here wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Should be no radios, right? A lot of people that aren't used to structure think that it's military. We don't run it like that, but I'll say things one time, and I expect it to be done. So for them, that's military. For anybody else, that's normal behavior. Just use your lockers, bathrooms now. We get a lot of people who come in here thinking that this program's one way, and after 90 days, they're totally different people.
William Arzenas says he can attest to that.
It's a good feeling to have my spirit come back to life, because I was dead coming in here. We gotta get 3 black chicks.
Serving 4 months for theft and robbery, Arzenas is about to complete the 90-day program. In a few days, he'll be released from jail and continue his recovery in a residential drug treatment program. Today, drug abuse counselor Sam Watson will honor his achievement with a special token.
This coin is really a token of your ability to cope. It has no intrinsic value itself, but coping and completing this program in 90 days is a very difficult task. So the ability to get through it without getting written up and kicked out is important. I wish you all the best on your journey, and I hope that you put the same effort into Discovery House that you did here, okay? All the best.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, Sam.
You feel good. You see somebody come in on day one and see the change in them. If we get too good at this, I'll be put out of a job, but that's okay. I'll find something else to do.
Still got 2 days.
Prior to his release, Arzenas must complete one more task: provide an orientation to the inmate who will take his spot in the DRC, Aaron Sofield.
So grab 2 sets of blues, and we'll change you up. Leave the other 2 in there. You have your key, right?
Yes, sir. Heroin got me here. I was addicted to heroin. Using it every day, morning, day, and night. I like $200 a day. That's like 50 bags a day. It affected myself and my family, so I heard this is the best program in the state to get clean. And luckily, I got arrested to get into here. My life was good. I have a great family. I had a great job. I stole from my family. They don't trust me. They gave me so many chances. And this is my last chance, because if I don't succeed here, I won't have no family backing me up, and I come from a big family. And I'll be by my own, and I don't want that.
Sofield has pled guilty to theft and forgery and is awaiting sentencing. He has had several prior convictions for drug possession as well.
You guys, this is Aaron. You're welcome. How's it going?
But I'm not gonna lie, I still think about getting high. You know, it's always in the back of my head. Like, is this it? I can't get high ever again. You know, like, I mean, I'm 29, I'm still a little bit young, but I know I've been around a lot compared to some other kids in here who are still young. You know, and they all think about it too. You know, everybody thinks about it. Just say, I can't get high anymore, just one more time, but there's never one more time when it comes to heroin. There's never one more time. One more time. You know how many times I said that? And it always leads to the next day, the next day, the next day, and on more and more and more. There's never one more time when it comes to that.
Coming up.
I'm 6'3", and my feet hit this thing when I'm trying to sleep. You wake up every time you try to turn, it's freezing.
Aaron Sofield struggles to fit in the Drug Rehabilitation Center. And
The Hebrew Bible goes opposite American Catholic Bible.
Alyssa Schlossberg returns to her religious roots, but finds it doesn't keep her out of trouble.
And yes, she did lie to you.
And she did lie to you.
In a nutshell.
Inside Hackensack, New Jersey's Bergen County Jail, officials allowed us to give certain inmates digital video cameras for about an hour or so. The purpose was to allow them to record any intimate thoughts about their lives in privacy. Two of those inmates are Thomas Costa
I'm in here, useless, smuggler, can't afford.
and his girlfriend, Alyssa Schlossberg. They are both facing drug charges and hope to be assigned to a rehab program in lieu of more jail or prison time.
Our crappy ass mirror, but it's cool. You can actually see me better through the camera, through the mirror, which is weird. But I don't know, maybe it's a reason why people can't see, you know, their real self through this mirror. That it's not really who a lot of people are. Because it's not how I look when I am who I am. This is just a piece of me. It's not the full thing.
This book's just on Rosh Hashanah.
Schlossberg says she is using her time in jail to reconnect with a lost part of her heritage.
The Hebrew Bible goes opposite American Catholic Bible. Okay. Yeah.
So this is translation on this side?
This is Hebrew.
This is English?
And this is
Really?
English. Yeah.
Wow.
I was raised both Catholic and Jewish. I made communion and then I was confirmed. It was more like the boys did the Jewish thing and I followed my mom with the Catholic thing. We celebrated both Christmas and Hanukkah. But they're big ceremonies, like all the family gets together and they have seders. They have different foods that represent different things. I don't know them off the top of my head, but like the what was it? Radish? Relish.
Schlossberg might have another motivation for reawakening her Jewish roots. Prior to being arrested when he came to visit her, Schlossberg's boyfriend, Thomas Costa, gave her an inside tip about jail food.
She hates his jail food. Like, I don't mind it because I'm used to it. So I said, look, if you want to get legitimate food, you know, play your religion card in there. You can say you're Jewish, which technically she is, her family is. You get the meals, different meals, they're actually good meals, real food, as opposed to the stuff we eat in here.
The jail prepares special kosher meals for Jewish inmates. And according to Schlossberg's friend, Kat Huber, they're preferable to the non-kosher meals.
This one is chicken and black beans. The portions are smaller, but it's better than what they give us on the tray.
Vegetarian, halal, vegan, kosher. If they come in and say that's what they need, then that's what they get.
People come in here and say they're kosher because it's better food, allegedly.
I'm Catholic. Us Jews don't get anything. We don't even get a synagogue in here.
No, we got the roving religion. The guy on the card, he comes around with, you know, his Jewish card, his Catholic card, his Protestant card. I'm kidding.
You guys think it's funny, but I take my
No, I'm not. No, that's the God's honest truth, or maybe I shouldn't, or whoever's, Allah, whatever. But they come around with it on the cart. The rabbi, the priest.
But we don't get like a service. Rosh Hashanah starts tonight. Like
Right.
if it was Christmas, would we go to church?
Well, the rabbi has his own hours too.
So we need a better rabbi.
Well, then you should write to Lieutenant Kakos and ask him you want a rabbi on call.
I don't plan on being here.
Then why are we having this conversation?
Members of the clergy, including a rabbi, not only visit the jail, they often hold religious studies with small groups of inmates. And while Schlossberg says her renewed interest in Judaism is real, she admits that she's not above deceit.
I know how to lie and make the whole world believe it. I know how to manipulate someone. My parents always told me I should either be an actor or a lawyer.
You always have a choice. You can never say that circumstances, I can't choose.
Today, Schlossberg and Huber meet with the jail's rabbi for religious studies.
And sometimes it's hard to choose, am I right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes we're caught in a dilemma.
During the lesson, the rabbi notices that Schlossberg's energy has begun to wane.
We just didn't get the lunch.
What? Can't eat that.
No lunch.
Again, I'm gonna go over there later.
Upon hearing Schlossberg did not receive her kosher lunch that day, the rabbi requests a meal for her. But lunch is quickly interrupted when Officer Cruz Ponder determined Schlossberg lied to the rabbi about missing her meal.
Did you eat at chow time?
Yeah, I have it now. My salad.
But did you eat at chow time?
Yeah, we ate.
Okay, so why did you tell the rabbi that you didn't have a tray?
No, we didn't have lunch then.
Okay,
I
but you
went into the kitchen and told him that you didn't receive your
a
lunch
tray today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You knew exactly what you were doing, Schlossberg. Don't
No,
play
it was
with
not. I wasn't the one who said it.
When you walked right by, when you walked past, what did you say to us? The rabbi's on his way to the kitchen to get me some extra food. Is that what you said? Yes or no? Okay. Yes or no? So then you knew what you was doing then?
No, not about that. It was about snacks.
Sir, she ate. She actually had 2 trays. She's good.
And yes, she did lie to you.
And she did lie to you.
In a nutshell.
Okay. But you did get your tray.
Today, yes. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
I wasn't the one who told him that.
All right, case closed. Step back in. Alyssa Schlossberg is very sneaky, conniving. She does whatever she can to get over or to get her way.
Schlossberg not only told the rabbi she didn't eat that day, she also told him something else.
Cat. They don't feed us enough. Because she's pregnant.
There you go.
No. Your exact words were, with child. She's trying to get the rabbi to talk to her boyfriend. So she goes, but don't tell Thomas that I'm pregnant, because he doesn't know yet.
It's a good thing you told me.
Yeah, it's a good thing you told me.
Yes, I lied. I lied about my pregnancy. I lied about the food. I get whatever I want.
Coming up. I'm gonna tell you something, okay? This whore gotta stop.
Alyssa Schlossberg encounters an angry lieutenant.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
And
I don't have amateur addicts. I have the real McCoys here.
the first drug rehab center ever opened inside a New Jersey correctional facility.
The next time I stick a needle in my arm, I'm gonna die.
29 years old, and I would never thought my life would come to this. You know, I lived a pretty good life growing up. Family loved me. People cared about me. A lot of friends. You know, I had a girlfriend for the past 4 years. Broke up about eight months ago because of my using. You know, I was engaged to her. I chose the drugs. I chose the drugs over her.
Aaron Sofield continues to do time in the Bergen County Jail's Drug Rehabilitation Center while awaiting sentencing on charges of theft and forgery.
Chow up, last call.
It's a tightly run program with a strict daily regimen that inmates must adhere to for 90 days or they're dropped.
We have approximately 58 rules in our facility, and they go as, it's kind of funny, but they could go like if they don't have their keys on them or their locks on their lockers, or if they leave the books out or chairs down. We want them focused, we want them thinking. We don't want them too comfortable. We want them always working on themselves.
Sofield, however, faces an additional challenge.
I'm 6'3", and my feet hit this thing when I'm trying to sleep. You wake up every time you try to turn, it's freezing. If I fall asleep for an hour, I have drug dreams. That's just natural. Someone tells you you're not having drug dreams, then you're not using drugs.
Sofield has battled addiction to heroin over the past several years and believes if he doesn't get clean this time, he will lose the support of his family and everything else he values.
Mr. Lopez, the CEO in charge of the program, I give him a lot of respect. He's put up with a lot of and nonsense in this place. And people coming to him complaining this, complaining about that. But I'm thankful, really thankful for him. He put that structure back in my life.
Being in jail has kept me clean now for 2.5 months, and I don't think I've ever been that clean in over 4 years. My body is kicking back to, you know, a normal cycle, which is a good thing because for a while I thought I wasn't going to be able to have children.
Alyssa Schlossberg has also had a heroin addiction. She's currently charged with distribution of cocaine and hopes to take part in the state's drug court program. Schlossberg would need to plead guilty, but then instead of jail or prison time, she would be sent to an inpatient rehabilitation facility and follow a protocol that includes drug testing for as many years as the court deems necessary.
Okay, I went into the kitchen and told him that you didn't receive your lunch
A tray today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You knew exactly what you were doing, Schlossberg. Don't play
I wasn't the one who said it.
And she did lie to you.
Schlossberg admits to lying to a rabbi to get an extra lunch tray. While not the most serious violation jail officials deal with, Lieutenant Akakios has decided it warrants a visit.
I'm gonna tell you something, okay? This horse gotta stop. Okay? I deal with drug court all the time.
I know.
Now listen to me, okay? If you're pulling here, listen, I don't want a response. If you're pulling here, all I gotta do is pick up the phone and let them know. Okay? It doesn't go over well with them. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So does everyone else, because I'm not the only one who's always involved.
It doesn't matter.
I understand that, but I'm always being yelled at.
Well, why do you think that is?
You think it's me?
No, but why do you think that is?
I don't know why. I'm not the only person.
You're
not the only
person. You're right. You're not the only person, but...
I'm not even getting into
All
it.
right. No, I'm not even... I told you, I don't want a response.
Maybe you'll see it on locked up.
Okay. The fact is that she ate lunch and then went and lied to the rabbi in order to get an additional meal. It has nothing to do with her religion or faith. It has to do with the fact that she's manipulating the system in order to achieve food, extra items in any way that she can. If she uses her faith to do it, that's on her. That's her responsibility.
It's the third time. It's like, when I told him, what is he, my father? I almost said that to him. I cannot be friends with you anymore. It's over. The only person he comes in here for is me. It's treating me like this is my jail father. Like, you're not my father. Like, go yell at someone else.
Coming up.
We quite often get couples like Alyssa Schlossberg and Mr. Costa in the jail. They become codependent on each other, so their need to communicate is just overwhelming.
Alyssa Schlossberg and Thomas Costa devise a method to communicate unlike any we've ever seen.
I know what size he wears for boxers, so I knew it was him.
Due to mature subject matter, viewer discretion is advised.
Hackensack, New Jersey's Bergen County Jail is not only a detention center for men and women facing a variety of charges, it's also a drug rehabilitation center.
In the early 1990s, we were the first in the state of New Jersey to open up a male drug rehabilitation center in a correctional facility. It's been very successful. Several years ago, we opened up a female drug rehabilitation center, which has 8 beds. That also has been successful.
Since the jail has many more men than women, the male side of the rehab center houses about 30 inmates.
I don't have amateur addicts. I have the real McCoys here. I have guys that live on the street, homeless. You know, I don't have your weekend warrior. I have the everyday user. Those are the people we really need to help right now to stop the revolving door from coming in and out of jails and hopefully save some money down the road for our taxpayers, you know.
Aaron Sofield is an admitted heroin addict awaiting sentencing for theft and forgery. He's now 3 weeks into the 90-day program.
It's a little boring. It's the same, it's repetitive, same stuff. And I've been to 2 rehabs before, so I know what it's all about.
What are you missing on the streets?
The thrill, running around. Just the rush that we get. I'm not missing my friends, you know? Girls, you know, everybody's gonna miss girls. But my friends is that, I really don't care. I make friends no matter what.
Sofield's newest friend in the drug rehab center is Michael Parapar. who was only weeks away from completing the program.
We also have a lot in common, like we both shot heroin, we both smoked PCP.
He's a young, cool kid. He speaks what's on his mind. That's one thing about him. He don't care who you are or what you are. He's gonna say what's on his mind, and I like that.
I've been using drugs since I was 14, and alcohol since I was basically 6. When I shot acid, this guy made me want to shoot acid. It was crazy. I mean, when I first, I did it, and I could feel the acid, like, crawling through my veins, and it was like an instant peak. It was wild.
I took acid, but not like that form of acid.
I mean, I
pop a couple of sheets, but not.
I always push the limits. Like, the only way to be truly alive is to confront your mortality. That's what I did on a daily basis.
Yeah, I know. I never heard of anybody shooting up acid or Xanax until I met you.
I put Xanax, cocaine, heroin,
All in the same thing.
amphetamines, and Oxycontin all in the same needle and shot it.
All in the same rig.
It's crazy. I don't even know how to describe that kind of high. Have you ever shot vodka?
No, nigga.
Parapar had been on probation for a burglary conviction when he tested positive for drugs and was sent to jail. He was admitted to the drug rehab center, but has been through numerous other programs since age 14.
This is my first time in jail, and it sucks. It really sucks. I don't want to come back to jail again. The way I was doing drugs, if I go back out, the next time I stick a needle in my arm, I'm gonna die. My mother's afraid she's gonna bury me. I know that for a fact. And my dad's almost given up on me. That's why I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
He has a lot of problems. And I tell him that. He knows that. He's been through a lot. At 21 years old, I mean, I haven't been through any of that. I wish him the best. I wish everybody the best in here. But we'll see. You never know.
Thomas Costa is also an admitted heroin addict, but he does his time in a general population unit.
Once we shot up, it just progressed from there. We were up to maybe like 60, 70 bags each a day. That's almost $400 a day just on drugs.
Costa was turned down for the drug rehab center because of past convictions involving violent crimes. But he says he has another addiction, even greater than heroin. His girlfriend, Alyssa Schlossberg.
Yeah, I'm addicted to her more than any drug I've ever put in my body.
I feel like I could do a lot less for her right now, obviously, because I'm in here. At least I'm in the same building as her, you know?
Other than occasionally seeing each other in or on the way to court, the couple can only communicate through letters. And Schlossberg has just opened her latest from Costa.
You're the only one for me. I will never stop loving you and being there for you, and you alone made me a better man. And you continue to make me better every day you're in my life. I love you. Well, words is short, baby girl, but once again, never the love. Love is me and you. He's so incredible, and I miss him. It's been real emotional in here because I can't look at him or hear his voice. Maybe I am addicted to him, but I don't see it like a bad thing.
We quite often get the couples like Alyssa Schlossberg and Mr. Costa in the jail. They become codependent on each other, so their need to communicate is just overwhelming for each of them. So they kind of try and want to bend the rules, break the rules sometimes in an effort to make sure they can still stay in touch with each other.
Recently, Costa did just that.
I saw him in the hallway. I was going downstairs. I saw a group of girls, and I was hoping she'd be one of them, and she was. So I blew her a kiss, got in trouble for that. Don't do it again, or else, you know, like from the officers and stuff. Because they just probably thought she was a random female, and I was just like harassing one of them, but little did they know. Well, you know, it was worth the risk.
But now Costa and Schlossberg have developed a new method of communicating. And although it's against the rules, they've yet to be caught. Each housing unit has a kiosk where inmates can order snacks or toiletries from the jail commissary.
So one day, I'm on the kiosk computer, which is the commissary computer. It's where we order our food, canteen, stuff like that. I went on her account. I figured out her password. It's our anniversary. I put a couple items on there that I knew she'd key in on.
Cocoa butter, a pair of extra large boxers, but his favorite lotion is cocoa butter. I know what size he wears for boxers, so I knew it was him. So I sent him something back like coffee, hazelnut, and sugar, because he knows that I like that.
Since commissary orders are only fulfilled on Mondays, the couple would simply erase all the items they posted on each other's account on Sunday in order to avoid being charged for the items or arousing suspicion.
First, we were just going back and forth with just funny food names and stuff, just, you know, ways just to know that we're thinking about one another.
And then I was like, all right, let's see how smart he is, because he wasn't too smart when he came here.
One day I went on there, this is about maybe 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and I see a bunch of numbers. She's got a bunch of different numbers, like 10 lollipops and 15 envelopes. I'm like, you know, what does all this mean? I've never seen so many numbers on there. It's going down a list, and I start writing them down. And I'm trying to make sense out of them, so I write the alphabet down, and then I realize every number symbolizes a letter in the alphabet. That's the 11th letter of the alphabet. That's the 16th letter. This is the 12th, 5th, first. This first letter is K, and then this right here spells out a word, please. That's K. Yep. P-L-E-A-S-E. G-E-T. And I got the next page. M-E, me. M-O-N-E-Y, money. A-S-A-P, ASAP. Please get me money ASAP.
It's the jail version of texting?
Well, yeah, but no one's ever done it before. Like, it's just weird. Like, we connect on a different level.
No, I'm not gonna lie. A tear came to my eye. I kind of got choked up a little bit because she figured out my writing back to her the same way I figured it to me. It's like we were on the same wavelength, you know, somehow. Like, I don't know who would have picked up on that kind of thing, but we did.
Coming up,
you'll see that most heroin users are really close to their moms.
An insight into a unique aspect of Bergen County's heroin problem.
So that's why I call him Mama's boy drug.
And one inmate in the drug rehab center thrives, while another is forced to drop out.
He's a guy I can't have back here. To me, what he did was that serious. Unfortunately, he blew his shot. Top drawer.
The Bergen County Jail's Drug Rehabilitation Center opened in 1995. It was the first of its kind inside a corrections facility in the state of New Jersey.
Buy your lockers. Inspection for lockers.
Though now nearing retirement, Officer Lopez has been a fixture in the center for the past 8 years, supervising the hundreds of men who have passed through it.
I don't want no mice in here. I don't like mice. I gotta live in here too for 8 hours. I could have very easily strayed and very easily been one of these guys. I could have been a damn good drug dealer. I could have been a damn good drug user. But for some reason, I chose the right road.
Recently, the center has seen heroin make a comeback as the drug of choice among many inmates. And in Bergen County, one of the nation's most prosperous communities, heroin use among young people has taken an unusual twist.
You'll see that most heroin users are really close to their moms. So that's why I call him Mama's boy drug. They'll actually give the money to the son, and you'll hear the comment like, oh, I'd much rather give him the money to go buy heroin than so he don't have to go on the streets and steal and rob for it. And sometimes I've heard cases in here where the mother actually drives them to the spot where they pick up the heroin. So that's why it's a Mama's boy drug for me.
At 22 years old, Michael Parapar might still have boyish looks, but says his mother never paid for his heroin and didn't even realize he was regularly shooting the drug into his arms.
They don't look like it. I was a surgeon with a needle. I could hit the same spot about 100 times. Even my mom was surprised. My mom never knew I was doing heroin because I never left track marks.
Parapar says he started using heroin at age 15. He was well on his way to completing the drug center's intensive 90-day rehab program. But recently, he signed himself out in order to avoid being kicked out and is back in general population.
This is my cell. I'm really mad at myself because I only had 3 weeks left. So it's kind of a bummer. But I gotta accept my consequences.
Michael Parapar walked up to an inmate in the DRC program and took all his commissary and decided to tell the guy that he needed to beg for him to get him back.
Well, I thought me and him were cooler than we were, and I thought it was all fun and games, and somebody else thought it wasn't.
The next morning I came in, I was aware of the incident. I brought him into my office. I questioned him about the incident, and at that point he admitted everything he did. I thought he was doing great. I mean, he was on his 68th day. Day before this incident, I was telling my sergeant that I can't believe the growth that he's made. He was doing everything perfect.
I wish I could go back to the program, but...
He's a guy I can't have back here. To me, what he did was that serious. Unfortunately, he blew his shot.
Parapar's friend, Aaron Sofield, is approaching the end of his first month in the drug rehab center. After some discomfort fitting his 6'3" frame onto his bunk and feeling bored with yet another program.
It's a little boring. It's the same, it's repetitive, same stuff.
He says seeing inmates like Parapar drop out has renewed his commitment to it.
I want to get that coin at the end. You know, maybe it might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but it's just a coin. But it shows that you worked the program, you deserved it, which means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the people that care. Really am ready to take the right steps, but I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard. But I think I could do it.
This is by far my favorite picture.
Alyssa Schlossberg also admits to drug addiction, and quite possibly an addiction to her boyfriend, Thomas Costa, who's housed in another part of the jail.
When we first got together, he used to say he loved me platonically. Then it was inevitably. And now it's unconditionally. If Thomas were to kill someone, I would be right next to him, hiding the body. If Thomas spent the rest of his life in jail, I would be at every visit, and I would be on the end of every phone call. We don't do without when we have each other.
It's WHATS, and then it's UP. He said, "What's up?" to me.
Schlossberg and Costa figured out a way to send coded messages to each other through the computers inmates use to order commissary goods.
These are my letters, NM, nothing much, UK. We have a way of communicating. This is the first time in 8 years that we've ever been separated. The longest was 7 days, maybe. So I'm like waiting for Friday.
She told me that she has court on Friday. I told her I have court on Friday. It's gonna be awkward, you know what I'm saying, seeing her for the first time in a while, like actually that close, and her and me both in shackles, not being able to hug her or nothing like that. It's gonna be pretty, you know, depressing. But at least I'll get to see her.
The couple hopes the courts will allow them each to go to drug rehabilitation programs rather than face the possibility of more jail or prison time. Schlossberg is charged with distribution of cocaine, and Costa is already convicted of the same, plus 3 counts of aggravated assault. He's back in for parole violations that include using drugs in the jail's restroom during an earlier visit with Schlossberg.
I'm staying clean, and he will too. And we will have a family within 5 years. I'm going to complete what I'm starting. I know I'm going to. We lived his lifestyle. Now we're going to live mine.
But Costa is not so sure change is on the horizon.
Oh, let me know when you move out, bro, because I'll fuck with you, yeah. It's not going to be any different than the recent past has been. Unfortunately, I'm just being honest. I see me getting out of here getting high, unfortunately. And if she's around me, whether she wants to or not, she'll probably go back to it too.
I know he's going to complete this program for me because he knows that I don't want to be away from him ever again after this. It doesn't matter if he wants to get high, he's not going to.
Coming up.
Prosecutor and judge told me I could leave. It's time served, you know, basically get out.
Aaron Sofield asked to stay in jail, while Thomas Costa and Alyssa Schlossberg make important decisions about their futures as well.
Just give you another little view of what's going on outside my window, because this is normally my view anyway, you know what I'm saying? I normally look out my window, so just let you kind of get a peek of it real quick, you know what I'm saying? See that right there? That's a pond, right? So every morning, we seeing ducks swimming by and stuff. You know, it's like a little nature channel for me. It's the small things you start appreciating when you get locked up. It's like this, I would have never stared at a pond when I was on the streets, but obviously I'm not on the streets. So this is my entertainment. We got a groundhog that comes out of that hole down there. I see him every morning. Yeah, he gets under that fence somehow. No, I envy that guy. I definitely envy that groundhog.
Thomas Costa might soon have a new view, as his stay at the Bergen County Jail appears to be coming to an end. He recently went to court, and along with catching a glimpse of his girlfriend, Alyssa Schlossberg, he was given some good news about his recent probation violations. They were combined with his current sentence, and he was given a choice between prison or rehab.
I was either go downstate for 5 years or take a drug program. I got a long-term inpatient, which is 6 months. I'm still waiting to hear if I got accepted into the one program I did apply to.
Schlossberg also had good news from her judge and has already left the jail. She pled guilty to her charges of distributing cocaine and was sentenced to the state's drug court program for a period of 5 years. If she completes the rigorous program that includes inpatient drug rehab and frequent testing, she will avoid further incarceration.
Alyssa left 5 days ago. You know, as soon as I found out the address, I was writing. You know, just like I do every day, I write faithfully, I write, you know, honorably, I wrote her. But she's not gonna get that letter. Actually, she'll probably get it around today, because from what I hear, it's a 5-day blackout period.
Aaron Sofield continues to deal with his addiction in the jail's drug rehabilitation center.
Aaron Sofield's growth was amazing. He came in with the attitude, maybe I'll do this program. From that day, just progressed into, wow, I do have a problem. I do have something in my life isn't going the right way, and I need to change it around.
In fact, Sofield, who was in jail on a theft conviction, recently turned down a chance at freedom in order to complete the program.
He went to court and he told the judge that he wanted to stay in this program, which I thought was important. A lot of people will not do that.
I had court, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I think. Prosecutor and the judge told me I could leave. It's time served, and you know, basically get out. And my stomach, I told me I couldn't leave. I was only here for like 30 days, and every other program I've been to, I was 30 days, and I was right back to the same thing, running the streets, and it's not good. And I want to get this. I want to get this to work this time. I don't want to have to do this again.
To accommodate Sofield's request, the judge gave him a longer sentence than he normally would have, 180 days. But Sofield is eligible for early release upon successfully completing the program.
What do you think you've learned in here?
The main thing I learned is that I can't do this by myself.
Yeah.
Like, my thinking has changed since I've been in here.
Yeah.
I totally don't think the same way I did when I first came in here.
Mm-hmm. Aaron has a better chance than most of the guys that we have in here. He's got a very supportive, large family. He's bright. He's got college. He's got a driver's license, a place to live, a car. That's more than many of the people who leave here have. Getting better is making a decision. It doesn't just happen. It's saying, you know, that I'm not going to pick up a drink or a drug, and I'm going to get the help I need.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, and we'll see. We'll see you during the week, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Today, I don't want to use. Tomorrow's tomorrow. You know, the 90 days in here, I know I'm not going to use because I can't. But once I walk out on the 91st day, then it's all on me. Nobody else can tell me what to do, where to go, how to act. They tried, and it don't work. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm not.